Hey everyone, I've got a Sharper Image Deep Tissue Massager Pro here, brand new. I'm going to unbox it and give you my review of it right now. And this is a handheld massager. It's a percussion massager, so it looks like a drill, and it vibrates the massage head back and forth, and you put it on your body. And the intent of this is to loosen up the muscles, loosen up the soft tissue that might be stiff, causing you problems, possibly painful, and not letting you move as much as you want to. And this is, I think, a really cool tool. These have come out more recently. There's different versions of them. They're coming down in price a bit. This one I got at Costco, and it was for $99.99 or something like that. It was just at about $100. I've seen it online in different places, which we'll link here in the description. At Kohl's, in case you don't have a Costco membership, I've seen it at Kohl's. I've seen it at Bed Bath & Beyond as well. And we'll link that in the description here in case you want to get one of these. They're very affordable. These were like $300 when they first came out. Different brands, but there's lots of different brands and devices out there. So this is the Pro version. It is a little more powerful than the non-Pro version. Just to give you a couple of details about it, it's very quiet. Supposedly, we'll see. We'll test it right now. It's got several attachments. We'll look and see them inside. And it has a very nice carrying case right here. So we're going to unbox it right now and see. And then it's got 4.5 hours worth of charge. So on the back of the box here, you'll see the different tips that you can put on the gun, and you can use them for different body parts. It even says here the ball is good for large muscles. The bar here is for shoulders and biceps. The fork for neck and back. The smaller round ball is for small muscle groups. And there's a cone for trigger points and a flat part for all parts of the body, it says. So let's take a look. Let me open up the tape here. Very nice case. Wow. Pretty cool. So it's got like a schematic here of what the inside looks like. It's a huge battery. That's why it lasts so long. Very nice case. This feels super nice. Cool. It's got a little carrying case with the handle and everything. Move the box aside. Let's unzip this here, facing you. All right, so we've got, looks like just some instructions here. Just how to use the device. Pretty the intuitive, easy instructions, of course. Questions and concerns. Looks like, is there a warranty? No, I don't see a warranty. Troubleshooting, so you can ask them for help. They got like a help service. Let's see the gun here. It's not too heavy. I've seen some that are very heavy, probably the battery, and it feels good in your hand. It just feels very sturdy, fairly balanced, a little top heavy right here. It's got an on and off switch here on the bottom. There, it's on. Oh, the dial lights up back here. It says 90, 0-90. That's, oh, wow, that button's real sensitive. It went off already. I just barely touched it, and it went down to 89. There's the 2 setting, 3. It's getting more intense, and it's pretty quiet, actually. 5. See how high it goes up. 6. Back down to 0. Okay, let me turn that off. And let's look and see what else we got here. Here's the charger cable, the charger adapter. So there's a plug for it right there on the bottom. Looks like you can charge it that way. And this must be the tips. It's a very nice case as well. You can tell that this is some quality stuff here. Good value. Okay, so there's your flat tip, the large head, flat head. It's got some bumps on there, very gradual bumps. Here's a smaller ball, and these are soft. These are kind of like, gosh, I don't know it's a familiar material. It's kind of like a high density foam, but soft on the outside. There's the fork and the trigger point tip. And this looks like maybe an adapter to get the tips onto the gun. So I'm just going to take it out and get it attached. It's got some O-rings. Okay, Kay, you're probably going to want to cut this part out while I figure this out. Oh, just split in half. Not sure that was supposed to happen. Let's see, the instructions say how to do this. Doesn't say anything about these things. Doesn't look like it's going to stay very good. They look like replacements for these parts, but why doesn't it stay? Select and attach. Desired massage node. Okay. The same kind of tip. Gosh, this one falls right out. Doesn't look like these things really help. Let's see. Nope, doesn't even fit. It's supposed to seat into a little groove here. They must be just replacements. Okay, let's keep going with the video. All right, I've just been troubleshooting this a bit, and this is kind of weird, but I don't think it's a big deal. It just might be confusing for a user out there, somebody who's trying to use one of these. These don't really click in or stay put. I mean, they just easily slide in and out. It's probably not a big deal though. I mean, you're gonna put this against your body and it's not gonna go anywhere. And it just slides out. But as I was fumbling with this, trying to get it going, I saw these extra pieces right here, that these rubber, there's some rings with some different thicknesses on them. There's two, and they're similar to some rings that are on each of the adapter heads, the nodes here as they call them. So I think they're replacement parts for these, and they probably protect the plastic on there. And there's some O-rings as well. You can see the O-rings that are also right in there. So they must be spare rubber parts for the nodes, so that in case they give out over time, I'm sure they're probably in places where they get a lot of friction or pounding. So I'm gonna put those back in the bag and let's give this a whirl. So I'm gonna put this on my shoulder or arm. I've got the large attachment here, and I'm gonna turn it on here. It starts at 0, if you can see that there. And you can tell that the machine is on when the this ring on the bottom's lit up, and the little display there shows the numbers as well. And then what you do is you don't even have to press it, you just really touch it, and there it goes. It's already that's already going at the 1 setting. You see my hand going back and forth, and it kind of tickles. And see, what I'm talking about is if you just tip it down, it just falls out like that. It doesn't really seat in and click or stay put, but I'm not sure if that's a normal thing or not. So anyways, let's put them on the body. It doesn't move, so that's okay. And there it goes. And it is pretty good. I like it. the tip doesn't fall out at all or feel loose. And that feels good. I'm gonna put it on a higher setting. And it just kind of easily moves around the tissues here, going through the chest muscle here as it attaches to the shoulder. I think that's number 3. It disappeared. Let's go out onto the shoulder so my voice doesn't vibrate as much, or maybe that's kind of entertaining. Oh yeah, that feels pretty good. Whoa. It is shaking my whole head. Like I can feel, it's even shaking my throat. I can feel my whole head shaking. Oh gosh. Oh, it's my sternum. It feels really nice. Woo! See, this tip falls out. So I guess to get it back on, you just have to turn it off and put it back on there. And the nice thing is when you turn it back on, there's just a switch right there. It doesn't start where it left off, so the tip's not gonna just fall out. It takes not that much force to get it out, but let's see if I can reach my back and work the machine here. So I'm just gonna rest it on my back first. I think I touched the button, there it goes. Oh yeah, that feels great. So that's the big rubber ball one. Let's turn it off here. Let's try the fork. Looks like you can angle it any way you want. And the box says the fork is good for the neck and back. Obviously not the front of your neck. You can put it in the back of the neck where the muscles are. Oh, gotta turn it on. Yeah, it just falls out. You really have to put it on your body before you turn this on, which might be better for you to do to somebody else rather than yourself. I don't know. Like maybe you have to figure something out. Let's see here. Whoa. Oh, that's not very easy to use on yourself, on your own neck. Let's try it this way. Oh, it's not on. Yeah, see, this part just falls out. I wish it would click in a bit better, but maybe that's the way it needs to be for it to work right. I don't know. I'm not an engineer. I'm a physical therapist. That actually feels pretty good. Okay, I got it right over my, let me turn around, right over my spine and my neck on the sides where the muscles are. Woo, it's shaking my whole head. It's making my teeth rattle. Okay, let's get that out. Whew. That feels really good. I feel looser for sure. Let's try a different head. This flat one right here is for shoulders and biceps. So let's try that one out. Whew, forget. Okay, so put it on your body, then somehow switch it on with your other hand. Oh, I guess you can switch it on. So put it on your body. No, switch it on first. There we go. Make sure this is in as far as it'll go. Then hit the, oh yeah, that feels pretty good. That's on the low setting. I don't know if I want to go much more. Let's give it a try. See how much I can jiggle. It says shoulders and biceps. I went to my forearm, but that feels just fine. And you know, I think maybe I can see why the piece is so loose, especially with this one node, the tip here that I installed in the device. It rotates as like it kind of contoured my body, so it has some freedom of motion. So I think that's why it's built like that. But see, getting it off is a bit of a trick. I guess you have to go through all the settings. Yeah, that's spitting it out. You have to keep it up against your body the whole time. Otherwise it spits it out. And here's the trigger point one. I'm a little scared of that one. That is not soft. That tip is hard. It's hard plastic. I mean, not the hardest plastic ever, but it's not as forgiving as this is. This was pretty hard too, actually, so maybe it won't be that bad. All right, so I got the tip in all the way. Let's turn it on. So far, we've used up 1% of the battery, so that's pretty good. Let's find the trigger point. Yeah, and it is a little more pinpointed, but it's not super abrasive. I went over my bone right there. Don't go on your bone, that won't feel too good with this harder tip. Stay on the soft muscle. That feels fine. Let's go to a big setting here, 6, see how it handles it. Oh, it's trying to spit it out. You have to kind of keep some pressure in. Yeah, that feels good when you just put some pressure through the gun to keep the tip in place between the gun and your body. All right, let's turn that off. Okay, what tip did we forget? Oh, the flat-headed one. I'm not going to do the little head, the little round head. I think I did the big one already, but they're about the same. One's just smaller than the other. All right, so it's on already. Let's put it on your body first. There we go. Let's put it on the highest setting right away. Ooh. Actually, this one probably feels the most aggressive. But it's not that bad. It's not like it's not tolerable. I don't have any issues though, so that might be a factor. Turn it off here. So, all right, I used every tip on the device, and let me summarize what I think about this here. So for the Sharper Image Deep Tissue Massager Pro, overall this is a very good quality gun. All the tips feel really good. The battery life is pretty awesome, 4.5 hours. I don't see why you would want to massage yourself for 4.5 hours straight if you're using this on your own. Now maybe you're a massage therapist or a physical therapist and you're going to use this throughout the day. I doubt you'll use it continuously. You probably just want to keep the charger handy and plug it back in when you're not using it so that it never dies. That's pretty good battery life. I don't think that this will give out on you. Feels really well made in my hand. It's got some good weight to it. I mean, the quality of the materials all feel really nice. The case is pretty cool. If you're going to be using this to help other people out, I think the case is fantastic, or for travel. Overall, I would buy this for $100. Not bad at all. I highly recommend it, actually. I've used some of the higher end ones. There are definitely some smaller ones out there they'll run you $200, $300 or more dollars. But depending on how big you really want it, or maybe you want a smaller case or something, that might work for you. But this is pretty good. I think that this will work out if you're looking for a self massager. Now, the only drawback that I have, the only complaint that I have, and it was manageable, it's not like it's a deal breaker for me anyway, is that these tips just don't stay in. They kind of just easily slide out. They've got these rubber rings here. They've got some replacements. I would think that they would grip the socket in there better, but they really slide out really easy. It doesn't take much effort. I mean, as soon as you turn on the device, if you don't have it in contact with your body, it spits it out. That's on the 1 setting. I didn't spit it out there. Oh, yeah, there it goes. I just need to tip it down further. But like I said, if you have it in contact with your body, it's not going to fall out, and it actually feels very comfortable. So that's the only drawback, but maybe I'm using this wrong. I could be mistaken. Yes, I'm a doctor of physical therapy, but I don't know at all. These look like replacement rings, not necessarily like something that you would add to it to make it hold the tip in, the node in. So I hope that this helps you out. If you've got tight, stiff muscles, achiness, this is a good thing to use. The only time that I wouldn't recommend using something like this is if you know that your problem is nerve driven. If you know that you have, say like a sciatica issue, nerves down the arm, nerves down the legs, and you know where the nerves are, especially, you could just look them up on Google or an anatomy book. I would not put this, or any other machine, it's nothing against this machine, just massaging nerves is not a good thing in the long term. It might feel good up front, but not in the long term. Now, if you do have a nerve problem like sciatica, but you might also be getting tight muscles secondary as a result of the sciatica, then this would be okay to use. You just got to be okay to not be directly on a nerve, on a bone as well. You don't really want to put this on a bone, especially the more harder plastic tips. You don't want to put those on bones, well, any of the tips at all. But it should give you some temporary relief. Now, keyword that I said, temporary. This is not going to solve a neck and shoulder problem or an arthritis issue. It really won't solve much besides stiff muscles, and it's a temporary thing. You have to ask yourself, why am I getting stiff muscles? There's usually some other underlying root cause, like a muscle imbalance, a nerve problem, like I've already mentioned, some other chronic issue like an arthritis, some degenerative joint disease or degenerative disc disease. There's some other underlying root problem that really needs to be addressed for that stiffness to go away more in the long term. It could even be as simple as some weakness that you've got that's setting up some muscles to be overstretched or tensioned, causing that stiffness sensation. But if you aren't quite sure what to do about that stiffness yet and you just want some short-term relief, this is a good solution. And if you are working on it, maybe you have been told that you have maybe you have been told that you have a muscle imbalance, and you're seeing somebody for like a specialist physical therapist, or you're getting the treatment and it's getting better, then this might be a great option instead of taking pain medication or going to the doctor to get an injection. This could save you from that, which, for $99, a doctor's visit, a copay, or even a few doctor's visits, or a few bottles of Tylenol or ibuprofen, those pills will run you about the same probably if you just buy one of these. Plus, this is natural. It's not going to hurt your liver, your kidneys, your other important organs. It's not going to make you dependent on any drugs, and it just feels nice. And if you have any significant others around or family members, somebody that you just want to massage, this saves your hands big time, because if being a manual physical therapist, your hands will get tired if you're working on somebody, for hours in a day, or even just for 1 hour or for 30 minutes. If you're not used to it, your hands can get tired. Or if you're out there and you want to give a massage to a friend or a spouse or somebody, a loved one around you, but you got a hand problem, you just can't get the leverage that you need to, you're weak, or your wrist hurts, or you got arthritis in your hands or some other issue, but you can hold this therapy gun, the Sharper Image Deep Tissue Massager Pro, then this would be a great option for you so that you can save your hands while helping out your loved one or your friend. So that's it for my review today. I hope this helps out. Like I said, if you want to get this delivered to you, you can find the link in the description below, and very affordable therapy massager gun. I hope you have the best day. Bye-bye.